To wash a patient, you will have your basin of warm water and your rag soaked thoroughly. You will make it into a mitt and have them covered in bath blankets. Then you will ask them if they have contacts, and if not, then you can wash their eyes gently from the inner canthus to the outer canthus. Wash gently with one part of the rag, and on the other eye, do the same thing to the other eye. And then you would dry the eye thoroughly and gently, and move on to the face. Rinse your rag and clean the forehead and the cheeks and the chin and the ears and the neck, and ask them if they would like soap, and if not, you would go ahead and dry the face and ears and neck and move on to the arm. Then you would lift the bath towel, lay it underneath the arm lengthwise, and you would check to see if they needed their nails soaked. If they were too dirty, then you would soak them. Forgot to say, for the eyes, if they have eye crust, you would soak that for 2 to 3 minutes and soften it and then wash that off. But if they don't, then you would just proceed the way we did. The arm, if the nails need soaking, that would be for 3 to 5 minutes in some warm water. You would lift their arm up with a dry towel and soak their hand in that. And then you would clean their nails and then continue washing their arm with more warm water in your rag. You would go from the distal end of the arm to the proximal end of the arm with clean water, and then you would add a little bit of soap and wash all the way up, and then you would get some a clean rag, a rinsed rag, and clean that part off and dry their arm, and then you will lift it up to get the axillary area. You'd use the same process. You rag your warm water and make it into a mitt, and from the hand down to the armpit, you would rinse with clean water, add a little soap, rinse that down into the axillary area, and then rinse that off and clean the soap off the arm. And pat dry with your towel, and put your arm back under the towel. If they have diabetes, you would not soak their hand or their feet. You'd move on to the leg, but before you move on to the leg, you would do the very same thing to the arm on the other side of the body. Then move on to the leg. And then you check to see if the feet needed to be soaked. If they didn't, then you would go straight to the warm rag. You'd probably switch to another rag and make that into a mitt, and with just the water, the warm water, wash from the distal to the proximal end up to the hip area. And then you would add soap, a little amount of soap, lift the head up, lift the leg up, wash the legs, wash the feet separately, and dry that off. And then you would check the nails to see if they need to be clipped or cleaned or anything. You put some lotion on, put their socks back on, cover them up, and put a clean, dry gown back on them.